Hi everyone, we're coming in live from Token 2049, Singapore 2024, and I have with me a really special guest. I have Samantha Yap, the founder of Yap Global, one of the oldest and the most renowned PR firms in the Web3 space. Hi Samantha, how are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me, Varuni.
It's my pleasure to have you on our show, Money and Me podcast today. And first, I think I would love to talk to you about how it has been in the Web3 space. You've, of course, been an international journalist. From there to Web3, PR, and marketing biz in the Web3 space. How's your journey panned out? How has the journey for Yap Global looked like in the last years of your inception?
Yeah, I have to say it's exciting to be here in Singapore because that's where I started my career in journalism. I did 2 years at Singapore's national broadcaster, and then I moved to London, and that's when I fell down the crypto rabbit hole, got fascinated by Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then I like to say I kind of accidentally started a PR agency. I didn't intend to start a company, but the journey has been such a privilege. The benefit of running a PR agency is that we get to work with multiple different projects. We get to learn directly also from the founders because the space is so early. I joined this space in 2017. I was, servicing, a Bitcoin miner, one of the earliest Ethereum wallets, and then over time we've come to partner and work with some of the key events and conferences in the space, such as Ethereum Denver, ECC. We also were the PR partners of Ethereum Singapore Week, which is happening on the sidelines of Token 249. And so, yeah, it's been a privilege.
Absolutely. It's been quite a fine journey, I must say. It won't be wrong to say that you help a lot of Web3 firms craft their journey, craft their narrative, and that requires a special kind of storytelling. What do you from Yap Global focus on when sort of driving this journey for these entrepreneurs?
I have to say that it comes from the technology because that's what's bringing this industry together. So it comes from actually staying as close to the developments in the technology as possible because that's what turns into trends. So, back in the day, it was about, ICOs, and then there was DeFi summer, and now, there's a lot of talk about real world assets. These are, I've only just named 3, but these are trends that kind of emerge over time. And it was very interesting today. We're here at Token, and Vitalik got on stage. He's kind of a key spokesperson of the entire industry, and he mentioned, while we're still early in crypto, we're not early in crypto anymore. We're early to crypto being usable. So it's just a matter of time that crypto becomes accessible. It's already accessible, but more usable to the masses. And I think, that's what we focus on. And also, we're a PR agency. We speak to media like yourselves, and often you have audiences that you need to educate and inform. And so it's also being on top of what the appetite of the audiences in the space.
Right, absolutely. What have been some of the most exciting projects that you got to work with, and what was it about them that sort of drew you to these projects?
Well, right now we work with ENS Labs, so Ethereum name service, and so they are doing quite a lot to onboard more people into the space. Actually, you can get an ENS name now on Venmo and PayPal. That's a huge step forward to getting more people into the space. We also work with Lido Finance, one of the largest liquid staking protocols in the space, and they're here looking to onboard more institutional investors in Asia. That's exciting. They so those are 2 examples. I can go on about our other clients, but
Most of the projects that come into the space want to go to the moon. What is Yap Global's strategy behind taking projects to the moon?
We like to encourage our clients to take more of a grounded approach because there's so much noise in the space. It's all about building that trust and credibility. So while whatever to the moon means, it's more what success looks like for them. So it depends on the target audience. If they want to reach out to more developers to build applications on their project, then that's what success should be, and that's what we aim for in terms of the targets that we go after in media. But also if it's like they want to get more partners, onboard more people. So we like to tailor our approach based on their business objectives. And yeah, that's how we like to run. We like to take a grounded approach. We also have a newsletter called The Context. Feel free to subscribe. You can check it out because that gives people 3 key things that they need to know about crypto each week, because there's so much to keep up with. So we help our audiences filter out what's noise and what matters.
Absolutely, absolutely. In terms of the growth of this space, so many founders talk about adoption. They talk about bringing the next million to their project. How is Yap Global trying to help these projects get the next million? Of course, PR and marketing forms sort of a base layer for projects to scale up. Where does Yap exactly fit into the narrative, and how do you guys differentiate yourself from all the other marketing PR agencies? Of course, you guys have been in the market for a lot longer, but how do you guys place yourself differently from competitors in this space?
I think it comes from, again, as I mentioned, being close to the technology, and because there's a lot of, again, fluff. Noise and fluff. So it's very easy to kind of make up things. But we want to make sure that when we're telling stories, that it's being backed by the technology, and the projects that we work with are genuinely building actual applications that are for good. So that's kind of how we filter. And so we see ourselves as crypto translators. It's just like how you need a translator when you go to another country. We want to translate the technology and then make it easy to understand for the media. And so it's kind of like working with the media, and working with the journalists, and working with the projects and the bright minds in the space. So I think that's how we separate ourselves. It's really, it's not rocket science, but it is hard work though, keeping up with the trends. There are trends that we know are gonna become trends now, but they only eventuate 6 months later. So we're kind of also work very hard to be ahead of the curve.
Makes sense, absolutely. You rightly mentioned the word translator. The space that we work in, DeFi, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, now we have RWAs, RWA projects, deepen projects. These are not easy terms to understand, especially for beginners. How do you guys act as translators or mediators, sort of simplifying these terms for beginners, or trying to simplify these terms for the users of projects that you guys onboard?
Yeah, it's all about using anecdotes and examples. But again, yeah, there's a lot of terms, and so media is a great way to educate and inform people. When say you tell your mother or your grandmother about crypto, what's the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna Google it, and then what's the first thing they're gonna see? They're gonna see news stories about it. So it's actually seeing how, what it would take to communicate to the journalists at BBC, and then also you can see the trends when BBC starts writing what are NFTs? What do you need to know about with NFTs? Then you kind of know the audience, the mainstream audience is more ready to understand what's happening in the space. So in summary, it's finding those case studies, those colorful pieces, because crypto and the DeFi, it's not exactly visually appealing. But then there's also charts, there's interesting analysis tools and sites that let you see numbers, and numbers tell stories too.
Absolutely. Yap came into being in 2018, and from then to now, it's been almost 6 years. If you can talk a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur, and you recently became a mom, congratulations to you on that. If you can talk a little bit about how you're juggling your role as a mom, as an entrepreneur, that would be great.
Yeah, thank you. My capacity has definitely increased over time. I think running a PR agency is one thing because it's a people business. Managing people comes with it, amazing rewards, but also its challenges. But then also being in the crypto space and then dealing with the volatility. So it's like stacked on, and then now being a mother, that has this other level of challenges. But I have to say, just being graced with greater capacity. I think motherhood, being a parent, makes you more efficient, because when I work, I kind of I'm quite direct and I can get things done. And then once 5 o'clock comes, I'm off. Yeah.
That's been great. It's been a great chat, Samantha. Do you have any closing words before we wrap this episode?
Yeah, just want to encourage you to check out, what we do at yapglobal.com. If you're a project looking for PR support, we have a contact form there, so do fill that out. And yeah, we have a newsletter, The Context, to keep up with what's going on in the space.
Wow, lovely. Thank you so much, Samantha. Wish you all the best with the baby and with Yap. Keep being the yapper that you are. And it was a lovely interview. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thanks, Marini.